Do you want to become a confident Linux admin? Whether you're chasing that first IT job or just spinning up servers in your own home lab, mastering these 10 commands will give you a serious edge out there in the real world. And today I'm going to cover 10 essential Linux commands that everyone should know. So first, you need to know the package manager for the Linux distribution you are using, whether that is apt, DNF, sapper, or pacman. Your package manager is your gateway to software. So know the one for your distro and use it daily. For example, this is an Ubuntu machine, so it uses the apt package manager. So if we run man and then the apt command for the man pages, we'll see that the apt command provides a high-level command line interface for the package management system. So apt is used to download package information from all configured sources. Now on my personal machine, I run Fedora, so the command for Fedora will be DNF. So if I man DNF, it's basically the same man page. DNF is the package manager for RPM-based Linux distributions, such as Fedora or RHCSA. An OpenSys operating system, you'll use the Sapper package manager, and Sapper is just another for system management library. It can be used to install, update, or remove software like the other ones can. And then if you use Arch Linux, you'll use the pacman package manager. So what package manager you use really depends on the distribution of Linux that you are using. But speaking from experience, I will tell you, you will use your package manager on almost a daily basis, so you will become very familiar with it. And as a little bonus tip, you can even add an alias for your package manager so that you can save some time by having less keystrokes. The next Linux command we're going to look at is the top command. In Linux, the top command displays a dynamic, real-time view of running processes and system resources. It provides a summary of system information and a list of processes, allowing users to monitor CPU and memory usage, identify resource-intensive processes, and even interactively manage those processes. And if you want a bonus tip, try running the htop command. And if you don't currently have htop installed, like this Ubuntu server apparently doesn't, you can simply run sudo apt install htop. So now if I run the htop command, you get a lot cleaner looking interface. But keep in mind, htop is not always pre-installed on every operating system. Need to check if a process is running? psaux command shows all processes, and you can even run psaux and pipe it to grep for a particular application. For example, this shows that Apache is currently running on this server. The psaux command in Linux is commonly used for obtaining information about running processes. It can provide a comprehensive list of processes in a user-friendly format. For example, here you can see their process ID, the CPU and the memory usage, and there's some other vital details that you can look for and be useful when running this command. Hello there. If you're trying to level up your IT skills, or you're just tired of copy and pasting Linux commands without really knowing what they do, then I have written the book for you. The Linux Mastery Blueprint is a hands-on guide that takes you from beginner to confident Linux pro. In this book, you'll learn how to troubleshoot real servers, automate tasks with Bash, secure systems, and even deploy to the cloud. It is packed with real-world examples and some command line labs, which will help you create a final project you can actually show off to employers as you are job seeking. If you are serious about mastering Linux, then this roadmap is for you. You can help support this channel and get your copy today using the link in the video description. Now back to our video. Are you still with me? So now we're going to get into some commands that will make you feel like a real system admin. Now ls is pretty basic, but ls-lh gives you power, permissions, ownership, and file size you can actually read. So let's go to a directory with some files in it and do ls-lh. And so this gives you file sizes in human readable format there for you. You can see the owner and the group and permissions for each file and directory in there. Now if you need more control on who can do what, you would use the chmod or the chown to assign file ownership. For example, if we had a file called script.sh, we can do chmod plus x on the file to make it executable. Remember the command from earlier. We'll see that there's now an X at the end of it. So for comparison, if we were to take the X away and run the ls command from earlier again, you see that it's missing the X attribute from the end. So it is not executable. So we just simply do chmod X again, and the script is back to being executable. Or right now, you'll see that the file is owned by me because I created it. I can simply go in chown, and then I can list a user, or I can list a group, and then the name of the file. And it's not going to let me change it to root because I'm not sudo, so I'm going to do sudo in front of it. So now if I up arrow to my ls command, you see it is now owned by root and it is now in the group root, whereas earlier it was owned by me and in my group. Now it may be tempting to do something like chmod 777 the script. I put sudo in front of it since root owns it right now. But if you go look at that, that gives everybody full permission to the script, which in this situation it may be fine, but you don't want everyone having full permission to everything on your server. That would be like giving everybody admin keys to your house. Can you imagine if everybody had admin access to your house? How crazy that would be? Manage servers like a pro. Start, stop, restart, and check system service status with systemctl. You can do systemctl status, and then the service name. We'll do SSH for this example, and you see that it's currently enabled. You can do sudo system restart Apache 2 to restart the service. You can do systemctl status to see that it actually came back up. And if you wanted to, you can even completely stop Apache 2 by doing systemctl stop. And now if I go to status, you'll see that it's stopped. This one systemctl command literally replaced a dozen legacy tools that used to be in Linux that system admins had to use all the time. So be very thankful for this one tool. Does something on your server break? Well, the journalctl command will help you dig into system logs. You can do journalctl-f to follow along with the logs in real time. Another useful command is the rsync command. I literally use this command every day. rsync can be very useful when creating backups, or migration, or daily file syncing between devices or systems. Some of the most commonly used flags is the V for verbose, the A for archive, and if you're like me and find that you use certain flags more often than not, you can actually make an rsync alias with those flags that you use, so that all you have to do is type in rsync. For example, if I want to do rsync my bash_alias file on this computer to my remote server, I'll do the user and the server : /home, and then my directory, and then another slash, and hit enter. And because I had the V for verbose flag there, it gives me output showing that it actually succeeded. So now if I go to my server, run the ls-lh command from earlier and add an A on there so that it would show hidden files or dot files, you would see .bash aliases. So if I cat .bash aliases, and I'm going to pipe it to grep, which means it's going to search the file for the string that I'm going to pass it, and I'm going to do -i, which tells it upper or lowercase. I'm going to look for rsync. Hit enter. And you'll see my rsync command from earlier is now on my remote server. Now grep is a really quick and simple way to dig through any type of file really quickly. So I'm going to change the sudo just to make this a little simpler. And then I'm going to change the var log. And here you got a lot of log files that you can search through and use the grep command if you wanted to. So I could do cat syslog and pipe it to the grep command -i, and I can search for my user, Bo, click enter, and that's everywhere in the system log that the letters PO showed up, which some have something to do with my user and some are system processes that just happen to have BO in them as well. So that wasn't as simple of a command as I thought. But believe me, you're going to use the grep pretty much every day, and it's going to be your best friend when you're trying to find something, either in a log file or if you're looking for a particular word or a phrase in a document or a script. It's going to be really helpful as you go along. Just trust me. You're going to really want to play with the grep command. And there's a lot of other flags to it. You can look up the man page of Linux like I did here, or you can go and Google the man page and the different flags that are available for grep. And there's a lot of useful features to grep. Congratulations, you made it to the end, and that already puts you ahead of 90% of Linux learners. Whether you're building your first home lab or prepping for an IT job, these 10 commands are going to be your foundation. And you're already ahead of me when I first started learning Linux, to be honest with you. So let me know in the comments which of these commands are you already using and which ones do you want a deeper dive on. If you got any value out of this video whatsoever, please hit that like button and subscribe to It's Tech Time for more hands-on, no-fluff Linux tutorials every single week. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay curious, stay in control, and I will see you in the next one.